Hello, everyone. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment saying where you're from and when you watched. That way, YouTube will continue to show you stories like this. Now, let's get started. Asterisk after the incident, where the scholar Thomas almost lost his life in the ancient temple, the haunting of the forgotten bride became even more terrifying. The villagers no longer dared to step through the rotten gate, even staying away during the day. But that silence did not make the curse disappear. On the contrary, the chilling scares became more and more obvious. Many people began to hear knocking on the door at midnight. When they peeked through the crack of the door, they only saw a white figure standing silently outside the gate, her face hidden by an old veil. If the door was not opened, the knocking continued until dawn and the next morning. That person always found on the steps a wilted bouquet of flowers, with a few drops of blood-red water on them. A young woman in the village, named Maria, recounted that her name was called 3 times in one night. Each time, the call got closer and clearer, as if it was right next to her ear. Maria was frightened and knelt down to pray, but then the mirror in the room suddenly cracked, reflecting the image of a bride standing behind her. Maria fainted, and from then on, her mind was no longer normal. Every full moon night, she would put on a white veil, hold a bouquet of dried flowers, walk out into the middle of the village road, and laugh creepy. Horror stories spread from there, making the village even more covered in a deadly atmosphere. People began to realize that Anna not only appeared in the ancient temple, but also haunted the weakest souls. There were haunted stories that said, at night, people heard footsteps right behind them, but when they turned around, they only saw wedding petals falling to the ground. A family heard children laughing loudly in their house, but when they looked around, all the doors were closed, and a white veil stained with blood appeared in the middle of the altar. One evening, a group of pilgrims passed through the village and decided to stay. They did not believe in the legend, so they gathered near the ancient communal house to sing. But after only a few songs, the whole group heard other music, the sound of wedding trumpets and drums coming from inside the communal house. Immediately, all the flames went out and darkness fell. When the light returned, a girl in a white wedding dress appeared in the middle of the group, her face hidden under a veil. They panicked and ran away, and from then on, no one in the group dared to mention the incident again. Those chilling scares made the ancient communal house even more considered a gate connecting the world of the living and the dead. An old man in the village said that Anna was originally a gentle girl, but the pain of being abandoned turned her into a soul that could not be released. The curse of the unfinished wedding made her forever search for her lost groom. Some people believed that any man who caught her eye would become a replacement groom, dragged into the ghostly banquet. Those ghost stories made the men in the village even more afraid. Many had to leave their hometown to avoid a tragic fate. On a stormy night, thunder rumbled, the wind howled. The villagers confirmed that they saw the wedding procession walking along the stone road. The light of lanterns hovered in the air. The sound of drums echoed. On the tattered palanquin, Anna sat motionless, her eyes shining brightly, looking straight ahead. When the dim procession passed by, all the dogs in the village howled. The children cried out. That night, a young man disappeared, leaving only his muddy wedding shoes in front of the communal house door. Such horror stories made the whole neighborhood start to tremble in fear. People gradually believed that not only the ancient communal house, but the whole village was cursed. Every sound of wind, every rustle of leaves was like the invisible footsteps of a ghostly bride. Every night, someone dreamed that they were forced to attend a strange wedding where the guests were all pale faces. When they woke up, they all felt tired, with red thread marks clearly visible on their wrists. Those haunted stories turned their dreams into endless obsessions. One day, an old monk from far away visited the village. He heard the story and decided to go there to pray for Anna. In the night, the temple bells rang, the candles flickered. The villagers held their breath and waited. But as soon as the chanting began, the whole temple lit up. Hundreds of white figures appeared. Laughing, creepy, Anna appeared, tears streaming down her face, but her smile was horribly distorted. Fierce wind blew everything away, and when the sky brightened, the old monk had disappeared. On the steps, only the broken rosary beads remained. The chilling scares from that night were deeply engraved in the villagers' memories. No one, not even the monks, could free that vengeful spirit. From then on, the village lived in heavy darkness. They know that the ghost wedding will continue forever, until the truth about the missing groom is revealed. But who is brave enough to step into that mist, face Anna's creepy smile and hundreds of ghostly guests? More terrifying secrets await to be revealed in the next episode.